In the quiet suburbs of Colorado, Nathan Caldwell, a 36-year-old retired electrical engineer, stood on the land his family had owned for 3 generations, staring at the 1874 barn his great-grandfather built. The weathered structure was more than wood, and nail-sit was a testament to honest labor, a legacy etched in every beam. But to the Shadow Creek HOA, led by the iron-fisted Vanessa Hartwell, it was an eyesore, a blight on their pristine community. When Nathan proposed replacing the barn's rusted tin roof, Vanessa's response was swift and brutal, a violation notice demanding an aesthetically compliant renovation plan within 48 hours, or face fines and legal action. The barn, she declared, clashed with the neighborhood's modern standards. What Vanessa didn't know was that Nathan held a secret that could unravel her meticulously controlled empire. His family legally owned the electrical and water systems supplying 47 surrounding homes, a legacy secured by his grandfather in 1963. Nathan's father, before passing from cancer, had revealed this power in a hidden basement room filled with switches, each labeled with a neighbor's address. Use this only when there's no other choice, his father had warned. Now, as Vanessa's threats escalated, Nathan faced a decision: submit to her tyranny or wield the power his family had guarded for decades. Vanessa, a corporate lawyer who'd moved into the neighborhood's largest McMansion 2 years prior, had clawed her way to HOA presidency through charm and intimidation. Her second notice arrived 3 days later, threatening a $10,000 fine and a disciplinary board hearing if Nathan didn't comply within 72 hours. Her tone was venomous, her warning chilling. Don't play games with the grid, Mr. Caldwell. Some of us see more than you think. That night, alone with his loyal German shepherd, Titan, Nathan stood before the basement control panel, fingers tracing the switch for Vanessa's house. At 2:17 a.m., he flipped it off for 7 minutes, watching her mansion plunge into darkness while the neighborhood glowed. When he restored power, his hands shook not from fear, but from the realization of what he could do. Nathan enlisted his neighbor, 72-year-old retired plumber Frank Delaney, the only other person who knew the Caldwell family's secret. Together, they dubbed their basement Operation Blackout HQ, plotting a 3-stage response: a neighborhood-wide warning at 24 hours, a targeted strike at 48, and a total blackout at 72. But the stakes skyrocketed when Frank returned from the local diner with explosive news. Vanessa wasn't just enforcing aesthetics, she was secretly negotiating a $90 million deal with Apex Resort Development to sell the neighborhood. Nathan's barn, a historical landmark, was the sole obstacle to her fortune. At hour 24, Nathan cut power to all 47 homes for 3 minutes and 17 seconds, broadcasting a message: "This is a demonstration." 48 hours remain. Neighbors stumbled onto porches, confused and unnerved. Vanessa, unfazed, hired a private security firm to watch Nathan's property and flooded social media with claims of infrastructure terrorism, rallying supporters with slick videos and the hashtag #SaveShadowCreek. Her campaign painted Nathan as a domestic extremist, fracturing the community into factions. 23 families backed her, 19 stayed neutral, and 5 quietly supported Nathan, loyal to his family's legacy. At hour 48, Nathan escalated, cutting power to Vanessa's home and her 6 loudest allies for 15 minutes during dinner. Notes signed NC appeared on their doors: 24 hours to reconsider. This is a countdown. Vanessa retaliated with a vicious move. Her security team trashed Nathan's barn, smashing his great-grandfather's handmade workbench and tearing historical photos. Standing amid the wreckage, Nathan's restraint cracked. "Tomorrow," he told Frank, "Vanessa learns what happens when you mistake patience for weakness." The turning point came from an unexpected ally, HOA Treasurer Lillian Gwynn, who slipped Nathan a USB drive loaded with damning evidence. Vanessa had embezzled $340,000 in HOA funds, sold residents' personal data to Apex, and threatened dissenters. At hour 71, Nathan disrupted Vanessa's emergency HOA meeting with 5 precise power flickers, timed to her most grandiose claims. The crowd's confidence in her crumbled. At 8 p.m., hour 72, he flipped the master switch, plunging Shadow Creek into darkness. Through battery-powered speakers, his voice boomed: "This is Nathan Caldwell. exercising legal utility rights my family has held for 60 years. On a live stream exploding to 12,346 viewers, he exposed Vanessa's crimes bank statements, emails, recorded threats turning her narrative to ashes. As neighbors lit their phones like fireflies, FBI sirens pierced the night. Agent Rachel Torres arrested Vanessa for embezzlement, wire fraud, and real estate fraud, thanks to Lily's whistleblower complaint. Vanessa's empire collapsed as residents demanded answers about missing funds and the casino deal. At 8:47 p.m., Nathan restored power to 46 homes, leaving Vanessa's mansion dark a crime scene. The live stream ended with a viral message: "Your community belongs to you. Know your rights." Within hours, Shadow Creek transformed. Neighbors, once divided, gathered for a potluck in Nathan's barn, sharing stories of Vanessa's harassment. Frank, elected interim HOA president, drafted bylaws to prevent future tyranny. The county declared the barn a historical asset, granting $15,000 for restoration. A legitimate developer offered $2.3 million to preserve it as the heart of an eco-friendly resort, a deal unanimously approved. Nathan's story didn't end there. His book, The Blackout Manifesto, became a bestseller, funding a nonprofit to fight HOA abuse. Federal legislation, dubbed the Caldwell Act, curbed HOA overreach. On Christmas, Nathan proposed to Lily in the barn with a ring crafted from its wood, their wedding planned for its 150th anniversary. But a new email arrived. A Texas sheriff needed help against an HOA stealing a lake. As Nathan, Lily, Frank, and Titan planned their next fight, Nathan realized his father's truth. Real power isn't control, it's standing for justice when silence is easier. Have you faced a tyrant hiding behind rules? Share your story. Your voice might spark the next blackout.